Hi, and welcome to HUR at Home. I'm your host, Angela Stribling, and it's Wednesday night, so you know it's all about the lifestyles. Tonight is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be so exciting. I'm so excited. I've been thinking about it all week, talking about it all week. We've got two superstars in sports. Mike Hill, two-time Emmy Award winning Mike Hill. You know him from Fox Sports and Fox Soul. He's going to join us, and we're going to start with my dear friend, the superstar of Sports Center on ESPN, Jay Harris. So let's get this party started.
Superstars, sports. I like that. I like how you say that. That is beautiful. I love that.
Yes. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Angela. How are you, love?
I'm doing well. I'm so happy to see your face.
I'm happy to see yours.
We don't get to see each other that much.
I know, and that pains me. So this is really good.
It pains me too. So how are you doing with this whole, new normal, working in the pandemic, all of that?
You just get used to it. I mean, you know how this business is. You do what you have to do when you have to do it, whether it's nights and weekends, whether it's holidays, whether it's pandemics. If you have to, you got to go in and talk to the people and entertain folks and do a show. That's what you do. And you just make it happen. I think ESPN has done a really good job of condensing things, removing shows here and there, keeping people on campus sparingly, spreading us out, cleaning, keeping us safe and all that stuff. So, you just do what you have to do. And
so you haven't been afraid to go into videos and things like that?
No, not at all. No, not at all. We have masks on campus and, social distancing, all that stuff. So no.
I was trying to think of how long we've known each other. We've known each other since no one knew really who working in Pittsburgh in radio as a newspaper.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That was it. Yes.
American. Well, then it was Sheridan Broadcasting.
Then it became American Urban Radio Networks.
Now, were you at WHAMO then, or were you on the network?
Started at WHAMO, did 3 years local, WHUR-FM, and then 3 years on the network before moving over to television.
Good job.
Thank you.
And started off in news because when I met you, you were doing news. And gosh, we're still young. Don't even worry.
That was 1990.
So making the transition from sports from news to sports, from radio to television.
Right.
Easy transition or no?
Easy as in the same skill set. It's all journalism, writing and speaking and interviewing and writing and speaking and interviewing, the same things that we always do. You just transfer it from radio where your sound is your paramount to television where you have visuals. And then you learn new subject matter. I go from doing a story on the Pittsburgh School Board to talking full-time instead of part-time about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you just, you know how it is. You adapt and you roll with it and you just do it. And then you have I have a great team around me, from the producers to the directors to the coordinating producers to the researchers to the production assistants who make us look really, really smart on television. So I had a lot of help in getting confidence to go on television and say, hi, welcome to Sports Center, which is such an iconic phrase.
Yes, it really is. And it's such a blessing to have a platform like that. Something that is not quite as serious, I fell in love with. There is a series that you've been posting on your Instagram. I just stalk your Instagram page.
Oh, thank you.
But I do. And it's so good, though. It's a series, and I can't get enough. I need to see more. Both Sides of the Ball.
Yes.
With your friend, Mike Hill.
Yes, it's a series that we started. I think it's 9 years ago now that we just did. I don't even remember how we had the idea, how it came up. I need to call him. Actually, I should have called him. And we just started having fun with it. And we got a really great videographer, Jade Hoy, and later our buddy Ira Fritz, who's a writer. Used to do a lot of Hollywood writing, and he's in marketing at ESPN now. And it just came together, and it's so much fun. We got guests, and people bought in, just like those crazy This Is Sports Center commercials. We would ask folks, and people would buy in and just go along with us. And from folks like Steve Carell to who else have we had? We had Wale on an episode.
Oh, wow.
Who else? Who we had? Emerald. Oh goodness! See, now I'm drawing a blank because of all the people that we had on the show.
I'm sure Mike can help you with this, but I just, before we bring Mike on, I just want to ask you, who is the real star of both sides of the ball?
Oh, if I had to choose who the real star of both sides of the ball is, it'd be Mike Hill. Yeah, he's a real star. Yeah. Oh, hi, Mike.
How you doing? Oh, Angela.
Hi, Mike Hill. Oh my goodness. Double trouble. I don't know what Jay was about to say there, but
yeah, I was gonna say Jay Harris. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I'm the real star.
That's just like Jay, so selfish. Angela, I'm a huge fan of yours, Angela. I am where I am because of people like you, and I want to give you all that respect. And Jay, you all right too. You all right.
Thank you,
Mike. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of what you're doing. I know that you and Jay, you worked together at ESPN a long time ago. Is that where you two met and became?
Why you got to say a long time ago? Why they got to be a long time ago?
We've all been in it.
But Jay, everybody knows you're ancient, man. We can look at your hairline.
That is true. You're right.
Much better, but I'm saying it's like we both need to just go ahead and let it go. Let it go. But it was a long time ago. When I first met Jay, and Jay's one of my best friends. He's gonna be in my wedding. I will die for Jay. But I didn't like Jay the first time. I met Jay because Jay ain't me.
See, that's not true.
You
and
did.
Tell everybody the story. The story's in your book.
Yes,
so I'm gonna give you a book plug that's coming out.
Yes, you were mean to me. I met Jay on the 4th of July, 2004. I wasn't looking forward to meeting Jay because I saw him on television. He was one of the guys I looked up to. I want to pick his brain. I get there, he did all the work, and he didn't even speak to me, Angela. He was at a party.
You're all excited. You built him up in your mind. Can't wait. You're finally going to meet him.
Yes, and he comes in like, who's this dude?
Why do you want to embellish the story like that?
That's what you're doing, Jay. That's how I feel. That's how
He still looks hurt.
Just because I'm a man doesn't mean I can't have emotions. Jay.
You are hilarious.
Why you do? I'm actually about to cry thinking about it.
Jay, how do you remember it?
Like Mike remembers it. Yeah, same. It
was intentional.
What I came to find out, though, after working at ESPN for 9 years, after a day sometimes working at ESPN, you're going to have those kind of days. I actually wrote it in the book. So I don't blame Jay. Like I said, he's one of my best friends in the world. And he's not a friend, he's family now. That's
exactly.
I love that so much. I
mean, $20.
Right. Exactly. But it's obvious that you're friends, especially just watching the series that you're doing. I know that, Mike, you've spent some time in this area. I didn't realize that until I was reading through your history. Hagerstown, right?
I worked at NSA. I worked at Fort Meade, Maryland for 3 years a long time ago. I ain't gonna say when it was.
It wasn't that long ago.
And I had an internship in Baltimore, WBFF Fox 45 in Baltimore. So yeah, I mean, I love that Maryland area. And my daughters still basically call the Maryland area home.
Oh, I love it. Well, you know what? I'd like to consider this, or you to consider this your home. Let's talk sports in the DMV for a hot second. The Washington football team. Yes. They've been certainly getting a lot of attention. First of all, we're going to get a new name, and I am so happy about that. Do you have any insight, any rumblings of what have you heard about that?
I mean, the names are being tossed out there from the Warriors to the Red Tails, but no one knows. Right. And they need to do something pretty soon if they want to have it for this season. But I'm like you. I'm just glad the name's finally been changed.
Yeah.
And that's long over. I'm sorry. It's long overdue because I never actually, when I was doing sports full time all the time, I was never a Washington Redskins fan. I would never say the name on air because I knew it offended people. So I'm happy that they're finally changing the name. And I don't know if they have to rush because I don't know if there's actually going to be.
That was my next question. Like, what is going on?
You have a point there, my friend. Yes, you do.
Really do. I mean, and I have a feeling we haven't heard the end of the story. More and more is unfolding with this Dan Snyder fiasco. Do you have any other insights for us? Anything lately that you've heard?
I mean, up to now, there are no rumblings that anyone's going to make him give up the team. Everyone's going to do their due diligence with their investigations. There may be some sort of punishment or fine, but I've heard nothing that would indicate that he would no longer be the owner of the Washington football team. What about you, Mike? You hear anything?
Well, I'm with you. I think if he's doing the right things right now by coming out and speaking out against the people who are alleged having these issues with the story that came out. But if it comes back to him in any kind of way, shape, or form, then he has to give up that football team. There's no way that the NFL can keep its integrity if you have an owner that knew something like that was going on. So
that's true.
But he's coming out saying the right things for right now. And Dan Snyder's I'm not the biggest Dan Snyder fan in the world. I think he's done a lot of other things outside of this to make me feel like, he does not fit to be the owner of the team.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things too.
Yeah.
I just hope for the best. I just care about the team.
Yes. I know you guys care about the Washington football team. You guys bleed the skins there. Really do.
Yeah, we really do. And we also love the Nats. I'm excited about them. Big game, first game tomorrow.
They're kicking off the baseball season. It looks like we will have a baseball season after so long. We didn't think we were going to have one. They came together on a number of games and money and safety protocols, but they did. And, tomorrow night, here we go.
Jay, how do you feel about that? I think of all the sports leagues, I think baseball has the best chance of actually completing its entire season because there really isn't a lot of interaction between the players except when they go into the clubhouse. Right. I think the NBA with its bubble, if the players, and that's a huge if because we know NBA players like to break rules, and they're in a bubble for 3 months by themselves with no family members or girlfriends or outside influences, if you know what I'm saying. How can they maintain that integrity of that bubble? But baseball players, since they're so spread out, I think they have the best chance of actually starting and completing their sentence with a season, I should say, with all the COVID-19 situations that's going on.
You know what? I would agree with you were it not for the travel part. I mean, we have the Toronto Blue Jays right now. They don't have a home, a place to play home games because, Canada says, no, we're not having people cross the border. And once you guys leave Canada, you can't come back.
Wow.
So I think the NBA might actually have the best chance. So far, no positive COVID tests inside the bubble. I know some people have had to leave for family matters or personal matters, but I think the NBA might have the best chance since they're all there together.
And they got a snitch outline. They got a snitch outline. So somebody's, wants to be the snitch. Jay,
you know what? If I'm down there giving it and having tests every day and swabs shoved to the back of my brain, you doggone right. We're gonna get this. We're gonna do this right. All right.
What I love about the NBA recently, I think I just saw it today, where a lot of the players, instead of answering the questions, they were keeping Breonna Taylor's information out there, no matter what question they were asked. So how do you guys think about that?
I love it.
I absolutely love it. They've been. Go ahead, Mike. You go first.
I think a lot of the players, everybody was talking about when Kyrie Irving first came out and basically said that it was going to be a distraction. We need to focus on what's going on with the Black Lives Matter situation, the police brutality, and everything that's happening with this racial situation here in America right now, the United States. But now that they're using that platform the right way, and they're using that platform after games to actually speak out about Breonna Taylor and keep George Floyd's legacy and name alive and whatnot, I think it's actually going to work out. They got the Black Lives Matter mural on the court. They've got them on buses. Everywhere you look, there's a reminder of what's going on in this country. So while basketball, the NBA could be a certain distraction and give you some excitement for those 48 minutes of actually playing time and whatnot, I think the message will still be intact. So as long as they continue to do that, I applaud them.
I agree 100%. And I love how, and I'm going to give the ladies some props, I love how they've really run with the mantle that the WNBA started because the WNBA was out there first without any fanfare. And you have players sitting out seasons to work on social justice, like Maya Moore, 2 seasons.
Yes.
So shout out to the WNBA. I can't wait to see what they do also when their season starts on Saturday.
And that was even bigger. Maya Moore doesn't get enough credit. Maya Moore,
right.
WNBA is like LeBron James saying, I'm sitting out. And because she was the LeBron James of the WNBA. So I give her a lot of props.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm excited about what's to come. I just hope and pray that, it just continues. Speaking of the whole political unrest, people are starting to speak out against racism in a way that I've never witnessed in my lifetime. And I'm so happy about that. You both are working in mainstream media.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder about that with people such as yourselves in these high prominent positions, but you're compelled to say something because you're African-American men. Was that ever, just like, okay, I need to say something, but I'm not sure how to approach this. You know what I mean? Because it's a delicate balance there. It's like, can I be too black? Is there a line that I am not going to cross? Do you know what I mean? I know that's a delicate question, maybe, but it's so real.
Jay knows why I'm laughing. He knows why I'm itching. I'm gonna let Jay start this.
That's real.
Jay's at ESPN. Go ahead, Jay.
It's, you know what, and I'll be totally honest with you. We have become full circle. It went from you pretty much, say what you want to say within reason. Just be careful with it. Yeah. Not so much on television, on your own platforms, to let's just stick to sports, to, you know what, this is a real serious issue and we need to handle it both internally on television and on our social platforms and on your private social platforms. And that is what it's evolved to. And I'm happy to see it.
So happy.
I'm happy to participate in it. And I'm very happy to see it.
And I'm happy that ESPN is allowing people like Jay to be able to speak up, because even though, yes, he represents Disney, he represents ESPN, and yes, he is a sportscaster, but at the end of the day, Jay Harris is still a black man. Mm-hmm. And Harris, when he gets off of that SportsCenter desk, he still has to go out there and face the scrutiny that this United States of America has for people like Jay Harris, like his son Bryce, like his daughter Tyra, like his wife Stephanie. Everybody, we all do. When I was at ESPN, sometimes I can be myself and I can be honest. Now, I felt handcuffed because they did, in a way, want us to speak the sport. So now I see that there has been a shift, and they're now even having programming. Like I saw Jay was on a program a couple of weeks ago where they're actually speaking out about these types of issues.
Yeah, especially with the undefeated.
With the undefeated, I am so happy that Jay and myself on my show on Fox O, which we do every day, we're having these types of platforms where we can actually go out there and we can tell people how we feel as African Americans in this community, and use our platform to actually promote what we feel is right.
And I'll tell you this, I like it because at the end of the day, it's not a racial issue; it's a human issue.
Yeah,
this is humanity we're talking about. I mean, there's one race, the human race, and we all have different colorings, and we all need to respect and understand and have empathy for our cultures, where we come from. But it's a human being thing, man. And if you wouldn't want to be treated the way black folks are being treated, then why would you do it to somebody? I mean, it's literally, it's a human thing. So be human.
Right. Yeah, and I think it's a win for your companies that they're stepping up. Because if they were to say, no, stick to sports, let's just be neutral. No. Not in the climate.
Too, Angela, though. I mean, like a lot of times, not just the corporate sponsorships or whatnot, but they listen to some of their viewers. When we started doing this, even at ESPN before, I remember the Trayvon Martin situation, and when we all we had different types of icons in our Twitter account with the hoodie or whatnot. Said something about that because the viewers got upset about the whole situation. So now, hopefully, they won't just listen to certain viewers that don't want to hear that because they want us to just stick to sports and look at it as a human situation, as Jay is talking about.
It's so good. I mean, it's a new day. This is a whole new day that we're in right now, that, not just black people are stepping up. Black people, white people, Asian people, everyone is stepping up. And I guess because of the pandemic, when George Floyd was murdered, everyone saw it. Everyone's at home watching their televisions. And so it was undeniable what is happening to black people, especially black men. So I just, I love, as I started off saying, I love the fact that the NBA stepped up and said, listen, it's not time to stop focusing on this. Don't ask us, or you can ask us all the basketball questions you want, but we're going to answer it, Breonna Taylor.
Right.
So I'm so proud of them.
Right. Well, they got to continue to do that. And all the players, anybody, if you have a platform, and I'm always encouraging people, if you got 10 followers on Instagram, if you got 10 million,
That's
speak
right.
about this type of situation. I understand some people are in situations where they're not allowed to, or they may afraid of losing their job because they're in that situation and their corporations aren't really supporting them that way. But at the same time, if you have a voice, use it. It is important for us to use it. And that's one of the reasons, Angela, that I started to navigate. And I told Jay a long time ago when I left ESPN, I wanted to navigate a little bit out of sports because I felt like I needed to speak up on other matters besides just sports, which I'm still passionate about, but I'm more passionate about elevating the human race and making us better overall, and not just talking about the X's and O's or who won a game that night.
So I know
That's why you my man, Mike. That's why I like you.
That's why but I learned from you. You're the older of the group.
One of the ways that, I suspect you're doing that, Mike, is with your new book. Tell us about Open Mic.
Ooh, well, Open Mic is like a memoir. It's my memoir. I was talking about a lot of things. People have this image of me. People see me on television or whatever, and they say, "Oh, he's a great guy, a pretty good sport." I guess he was a good sportscaster, good broadcaster, good father, and all that stuff. But they don't understand the trauma and the pains that I went through growing up, and a lot of people that I hurt because of those traumas and the pain. So I wrote this book called Open Mic, where I can basically open myself up and basically expose everything that went on in my life, such as seeing domestic violence as a kid, growing up with a man who was my stepfather who loved me, but had a lot of issues, including drug abuse, and was a hitman who spent the last 9 years of his life in prison for murder for hire. Also, the things I went through while I was at ESPN, which I was just proofreading the book. It's pretty interesting. A lot of stuff I went through at ESPN. Yeah, that's actually kind of.
Look at Jay. He's like, really?
We can relate to today. And Jay knows a lot of those stories already, but but having people like Jay in my life actually helped me get through it. But I wasn't going to put it out publicly, but because of all those traumas and all those pains, whatever that I went through, I feel like I can expose my pain so that other people who may feel like they're alone can go out there and get maybe the help that they need that I should have gotten a long time ago when it comes to mental therapy and mental health. So that's why I'm advocating for that. So yes, I'm exposing myself and a lot of things that people are going to see. They're going to be like, this ain't a good dude at all, because I wasn't a good dude. I keep telling people I was a boy until I was 47 years old, Angela, and I will be 50 next month. So it took me a long time to overcome a lot of those traumas and a lot of those obstacles in my life that were set forth before me because I didn't have male role models in my life. And a lot of it was just self-inflicted. But here I am. And now I want to put it out there and hopefully somebody can get out of it.
Listen, kudos to you for being able to tell the truth about the situation.
Indeed.
And I think people will say he is a good dude. I mean, we've all made mistakes.
Indeed.
We've all made amazing mistakes, and some of it through no fault of our own. Until you are an adult, you're molded by your environment, your parents, and everyone else that you're around. So that's August 19th on your birthday?
August 19th. That's my birthday. Yep.
And I want my copy autographed.
Me too.
You'll get it.
Juicy.
You will definitely get that copy. I mean, and Jay's in it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The meeting.
Did you tell him about that one time? Is that in the book?
I told people at the beginning of the book that I've changed some of the names.
We'll know it's you. I'll say that is true.
Angela, I want to introduce you to somebody who's special. It's another part of my life that I had to develop. And if I wouldn't have written this book, we wouldn't be together. This is my fiance, Cynthia.
Oh, beautiful. Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Jay.
How you doing, love?
Cynthia. Wow. Congratulations, lovebirds.
Thank you.
Thank you. So October 10th, 2020, Jay, he's got to be in his wedding. So
is that the date?
Yes, that's the date.
Oh my goodness. That's 3 days before my birthday. That's gonna
so
day.
We're just praying that Cynthia is the only person that has to cover her face that day, because of the COVID-19. We don't want people wearing masks, but
definitely gonna pray. So I've been following your storyline. I'm totally addicted to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I saw when you got engaged, and it was just so beautiful. You were so shocked and so surprised and just so, so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you saw her.
Hey.
I was talking to Cynthia.
It was an amazing moment for me. Mike and I both never thought we would get married again. So the fact that we found each other and, you know, we're going to be together forever, right, babe?
Well, that's what I'm doing it for.
Right. Exactly. Now,
we need to talk.
you've been writing the book. Is Cynthia in the book?
Yes, Cynthia is the final chapter of the book. If it wasn't for that book, Cynthia and I wouldn't be together.
Right. And I also wrote the foreword.
She wrote the foreword.
Ah, beautiful.
It's on the back cover as well. So if you see the cover, you'll there's meaning behind the cover. A lot of people give me a lot of flack because of the cover, because, you know, I was trying to work out like Jay and I'm pretty much exposed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
But you know what? I love that you said that she's the final chapter, because she is in many ways.
Yeah, she is. She's my happily ever after. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is my fairy tale ending, and you know, we still got other chapters we want to write, but we're going to be writing them together now. So that's what's important. But like, if I was writing the end,
that is so sweet.
It just becomes natural. I learned a lot from Jay.
That's so sweet.
He's definitely tearing up.
No, but really, I mean, I just want to say, Cynthia, I've known this fella for a long time.
I know.
And I have seen him in ways that no one would want to see him in. And I know that the effect that you have had on him and how much he loves and cares about you. So I love you. You're my sister, and I love you both. And this was meant to be.
Thank you so much. And just to piggyback on what Mike was saying earlier, Angela, and we say it all the time to each other, had he not wrote this book, I do not think that we would be together. I don't think he would have been in a place mentally, spiritually, or physically to even want love or look for love from someone. And had he asked me before he wrote the book, I probably wouldn't have accepted. Honestly, like, I probably wouldn't have.
Girl, I'm fine. You would have accepted.
I don't know, because, like, honestly, like, writing
the person.
No, writing the book for Mike was definitely like therapy for him. Like, there was a lot of things he just had to literally get off his chest and just, you know, deal with. And even after he wrote the book, you know, he actually is in therapy. So he's been really doing a lot of self-work. And, you know, we talk about self-love, like, that's like a real thing. And I think until you are ready to love yourself and, you know, feel like you deserve, you know, love, it's really hard.
It's big.
Love if you don't feel love. You know?
Yeah. I would love to have you both on, and we'll do a little pillow talk on this segment, but have you both on closer to your wedding date, if you both, you know.
Yeah, we love a little pillow talk. Absolutely.
He's always down for a little pillow talk. He said that in his sexy late night voice. But that's so awesome. And I love that, you know, all of you are such good friends. I was saying earlier, I've known Jay for, a couple decades. Yes, and it's been such a long time, but just such an amazing person. And I'm so proud of just your career and the way you just handle yourself and the way you handle your business. You're such a good guy. We talked about Mike's book. And before I let you go, I know that, Jay, you do other things other than hang out on Sports Center. You want to talk about your bass playing and all that stuff?
Well, me? Oh, you mean like this thing right here?
Oh,
my friend?
Aren't you glad I brought that up? Yeah. So tell us about your side job over there, your side gig.
Oh, you mean our little, the band is called Side Piece, because we all have full-time jobs and we're kind of cheating on our jobs with our music. Elle Duncan, my co-anchor, is a lead singer, and it's an ESPN family. The drummer and the guitar player are the husbands of people who do hair, and the keyboard player is a young fella that Elle and her husband found at Guitar Center. So yeah, we dabble a little bit, play some music. and it's a lot of fun. It's a good outlet. It's a lot of fun.
I love it.
Nice. Look at you got skills. I didn't know that.
I got a few.
You know that?
Nah, well, I knew he played bass, but I didn't know he was actually in a band.
He really is. I mean, he's actually.
Who you, Rick James? I'm Rick James.
I'll send you some clips.
He really will send you some clips. Those clips are coming.
Yes,
Well,
smoking down the floor and everything. Y'all really get into it. You put your hair on and all that stuff on the weekends.
Oh, yeah, makeup looking like Kiss. Yeah, exactly. No.
That's fun. You know, I guess you've got to do something to just stay balanced, you know, and I love that. I love that you all have all these things going on. Thank you.
Real quick, we want to apologize to Jay. Sorry, Angela, because the first time Jay actually met Cynthia.
Oh my God.
You don't have to know. See,
Jay came.
Tell me all about that. What happened?
We had the worst argument we've ever had in our lives. We were shooting the scene for Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was actually on last season too, when I walked out the scene or whatever. And she was arguing because she was saying we didn't know how to argue because she heard something from Michelle Obama, and Michelle Obama was talking to Barack about they need to learn how to argue or something like
It was in her book. No, I'm sure you read Michelle's book, Angela. Anyway, I went.
Michelle ain't got nothing to do with me.
I heard.
But I do. I mean, I'm not just sticking up for Cynthia, but I do get that. I mean, couples have to learn how to argue.
Friends.
It sounds like you're sticking up for Cynthia.
Right here, but it's so true. It's just a part of the growing, you know. I mean,
Right, but it went like completely left and crazy. And Mike was so excited for me to meet his longtime friend Jay, and I was so excited. And Jay got there early. We were still filming. I couldn't wait for it to be over. And like literally, by the time we got done filming, I like met Jay and was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." I'm probably not again, but.
You can scratch this address out your GPS, dog.
I know, right? Are you guys downstairs right now?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're in my room. That's my room.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Well, first impressions.
I know. So we need a do-over, Jay. Like you didn't see me in my best light. Matter of fact, some in my darkest light probably that day. But
no, You know what? It was things happen. It was real, and you guys are sitting here now because it's real and stuff happens. So it didn't bother me any.
I'm seeing Steph cuss you out too, though. So.
Shut up.
What happened, Mike?
Where's the button? The time is up. Where's the button?
I love you guys. This was so much fun. And Cynthia, I'm so glad that you came in and graced us with that beauty. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So we're going to have, so Mike and Cynthia, as it gets closer to your date in October, you'll come back, right?
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
Absolutely.
And Jay, you know, thank you so much. You're not coming back. He's like, no, never. Thank you also.
We live in Bristol, Connecticut.
Let's get your social media out there. So Jay, starting with you, how can people connect with you on social media?
Jay Harris ESPN, Instagram and Twitter mostly. So Jay Harris ESPN.
And I'm at ITS Mike Hill on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm at Cynthia Bailey 10 on Instagram.
I love it. Thank you all so much for joining us on HUR at Home.
Thank you. This was fun. So much, Angela.
Stay safe and healthy. Love you guys, and hopefully see you all soon.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, what a night. That was so much fun. We could have gone on for hours, but I figure I'll just let them go. Kudos to all of them. Jay Harris, my dear friend for many years, and two new friends, Mike Hill and Cynthia Bailey. Aren't they adorable? So yeah, they agreed to come back right before their wedding, and I'll just give you a little more information as that progresses. All right. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. To get our full lineup, go to WHUR.com. And you know, we are here for you always at HUR at Home. I'm Angela Stribling. Have a good night.